the Blowing Point Ferry Terminal here in Blowing Point, Anguilla. We often get some updates via picture of the progress here at the port, and recently we've been contacted post the minister's interview. Recently we spoke about the project, about just a little walkthrough for some folks. So that's what we're going to do this morning. We have the contractor here. We're going to meet a few people on the inside, and we just give you guys an update on the project, ask some hard questions this morning about where we're at, and then see what that takes us.
I mean, I've had the opportunity to do a little brief walkthrough before we started. So, and I think there's some really exciting things that are happening. It's all in the little details, and so we're excited to bring you along this morning. Thank you for being here. Ivan.
All right, let's go. And we are powered by Titanium Audio Visual, the folks at Dites in Anguilla. Be sure to like their pages on Facebook as well. Gilbert A. Fleming. Most people don't know, that's why they call him Gaff. It's actually his initials. His name is Gilbert A. Fleming, aka Gaff. He's someone we can call on at any point in time. He really has Anguilla at heart. And I just want to say on record that I appreciate him. He's the man behind the camera this morning. Usually it's our producer Carvel, but we're live this morning, so we're going to rock with Gaff. Gaff, you ready? All right. Okay. All right, we're just going to confirm that we're live on all the channels that we need to be, so folks can follow us along.
We don't want to start this tour without them.
No, we cannot start this tour without them. But if we can just shoot the breeze a little bit, we should talk about the fact that there's a lot of things going on. I think everybody's excited, not just for the new building, but for what it actually means. We definitely can accommodate more people, and we see those numbers growing in terms of our arrivals and the like. I can imagine outside of the fact that we're going to have like from American specific games in the new season, there's a lot of traffic that comes through the Blowing Point Ferry Terminal.
Definitely, and you know, like you say, having been on a little mini tour, pre-tour, and seeing the footprint of this is huge. I think it's not just for now,
right?
But there's definitely room for expansion. I see it, I see the potential, and I'm excited for when all of this construction is over and we are pulling up. Are we going to start with the outside? There's some, even right where we are, there's some amazing features, but I think we're going to wait until we get the contractor and he can
walk us through. Yeah, because I don't want people to think it's my building. I'm down here at least once a week, just for like picture updates and the like. And like I'm excited just for the functionality, like you mentioned, the functionality of the building, what they have put in place. Those are the things that I am excited about. The way we're going.
Right now we're standing in the drop-off. Right.
Pick up, drop off.
The pick up and drop off area.
Okay. All right, so we're live now. Let me double check, and then we're gonna go right through. All right, we are live, and we're gonna do this again.
So just for those of you who
literally just joining us. All right, welcome to our live special edition of Progress Report. My name is Ivan Khanna. This is my lovely co-host Guaniva Haj, and we are at the Blowing Point Ferry Terminal construction project this morning. We're doing this live special update because since the conversation with the minister, we've been receiving calls and questions about a little walkthrough. Apparently the pictures that we take every week aren't necessarily good enough. Maybe they're good enough, but people just want a little bit more. Yep. So with technology today, with our team at Dites in Anguilla, Mr. Gilbert A. Fleming, Gaff behind the camera, Titanium Audio Visual, we're giving you a live project update today. So if you hear the construction going on in the back, it is a construction site, but you'll get good audio and you'll get to see all the amazing things here.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are we ready to go inside? I see Mr. Levi Gums. We're coming inside to you right now, sir. All right. So, shoot us your questions. We're going to be following live on Facebook as well. If you have any questions, shoot us your questions. There's a lot of exciting things to see here. Let's go inside.
Right. Should we start with Mr. Gums and get a little bit on the outside?
Yeah, maybe we should do that. Mr. Gums. And we have the Minister of Infrastructure, the Honorable Hayden Hughes, and the Minister for Sustainability, Innovation and the Environment, Mrs. Quincia Guns-Marie, here with us as well. And before we get into the ministers, I want to introduce everyone who does not know this gentleman right here. I told him this morning, in no uncertain terms, I'm proud of him, I'm proud of his team. Homegrown construction, does amazing work, very clean work, you'll see for yourself. But this is the contractor of Leeward Construction, Mr. Leroy Gums. He's and his team is responsible for this amazing piece of architecture come to life, because I always pronounce his name wrong. Raul Vanterpool. I almost called him like Raul the last time. He is the architect for the building. Everything has been thought out. I'm kidding you not. You're going to see for yourself today. From ATM machines on the outside for the banks, the arrival process, the luggage process. This building is 50, 60 years down the road and still be functional. All right? So let me ask you quickly. You're not going to let me do this alone?
No, I'm definitely
Okay, good. So let me ask you quickly, just for a brief project update, where we're at right now, what's been happening, how are you feeling?
Well, you know, I'm really happy where we are. I must say that we're on schedule.
Okay, great.
And we are hoping definitely to open at least turn it over November.
Okay.
So we're looking like maybe opening in December.
Okay.
All right, but definitely everything is on point. We are running a very tight schedule because we are behind now with some of the materials, which is not our fault, our government fault, you know. But
There's this big thing happening globally with shipping that people tend to forget.
Exactly. But even if we have to work night, we will get it finished.
I don't know. You guys are down here every single day, all hours. I see for myself, I'm always popping in. You have a very dedicated team. Anybody specifically on your team you want to shout out? Thank.
Well, most of all, you know, I must say, if it wasn't for the governor office signing those letters, it's like, you know, never a hold up. You know, and now and then, you know, we must always thanks for the encouragement from the minister. You know, they always give us that extra boost, you know, support, you know, and there is so many people, I don't want to get in trouble. You know, it is, some people say, well, how you didn't call my name, you know?
That's a smart guy. I totally agree with you. I totally understand.
Before we even go, I think if we can just get a shot of the outside so people can get an appreciation for where we are at, what the building and the scope is. Because right now we're standing in the main entryway. Is
Yes,
that right?
that's correct.
And this is for when you're departing.
Right.
So let's just take a quick look. There's some features I want to point out. You can tell us about them, and then we can watch you step there with some time. So one of the things I really, really love is the entrance of the building, the drive up. And I understand that everything out here is going to be concrete.
That's correct.
All right, and you're doing some work here now to, like you told me over the weekend, guide the water around the building.
That's correct.
Okay, so the large windows, persons may think that, of course we're going to have central AC, but persons may think that those windows can't open. They're actually louver windows.
Yes, that's correct.
Those are amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us exactly what else needs to be done out here, what you're doing right now.
So obviously we are trying to guide the water away from the building.
Right.
All of that. If you look close here, there's a drain that's going to collect whatever water build up here, and we're going to leave it behind the building, and then we're going to have a catchment, you know, and just soak away right there. As you can see, when you come through here, there's going to be an entrance. Go in on this side where this truck is. There will be more like the big buses. You know,
Okay.
drop off
Groups and what's that?
groups and so
Okay.
forth. You know. So we are getting ready to pour this, probably in another 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
And this area, we're going to have parking, but because the
Current terminal.
yes,
Yeah.
so we're unable to go any further east.
Okay.
So we'll be like almost like a two-phase.
Okay.
So we're doing phase 1 now.
Right.
When this is in operation,
Then
we're going to
we-
remove the fence and then we complete that.
Okay,
that
so
section.
parking on that side like we used to be accustomed to.
Exactly.
Let me ask you, I don't see any lighting on the outside. How will this building be lit on the outside? Is that one drop there for some lighting?
That's
there?
correct. That's correct. Yeah. And there's another one here, but you have to look very in the center of the column.
Okay.
And there's
I see
another one there. But but the aquacrete on this side will be the last thing to
Okay.
be done because we are still working on the cement.
Okay.
And we don't want to put the aquacrete and then the cement mess it up. So
Okay, very good
this
point.
in front here will be almost the last
Area to complete.
left to do, But
Okay.
we continue upstairs with the aquacrete.
Okay, that's right up there. So you and I had a little joke, as I've been saying, everybody expecting the building to be white, but it's actually gray, white, and
Exactly.
shades of gray.
Right.
So if you look up there, you'll see the color. I actually really like it because when you go up on the roof, and Gleneva can attest to this, it's bright white up there,
It is.
and oh my God, it'll blind you if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I also like the colors and the shades, and it's shades of, you say shades of gray,
Shades
but I'm
of
seeing
gray.
shades of blue.
Yes.
Lovely bright skies out today, and so
That's correct.
we can start to move towards the shaded area and we can get a tour of
Yes.
some of those features on the outside.
This is 2 cars? Okay. So when you pull up, you walk this way, and if you're departing, you'll go through this area, correct?
So right in this area here, we always look out for those in a wheelchair.
Yes.
So we have a dip here, so you
Can go up with your
go up
wheelchair
in the
access.
wheelchair and have
Okay.
access.
So the building is completely wheelchair accessible. It's for persons who
Exactly.
have need of mobility aids.
Exactly.
They can easily access the building, and I absolutely love that.
Yes.
So on my little mini tour, someone told me what those little cutouts are for. And I see there's one here and one on the western side.
ATM.
So we are anticipating 2 ATM machines
Yes.
in this location.
Yeah. And on the left here, we also have a little bar, like snack bar.
So there's a snack in
So
there.
there's a concession stand. So
Yes,
before,
so-
so
yeah.
before you even enter, you can grab your snacks, grab your drinks. And I was told that this is your special project.
Yes.
Right
this,
here.
This one.
What's this?
This is gonna be a water feature here.
A water feature.
Yeah.
You add something.
Yeah.
Feel surprised. I love it.
I fought for it.
You
man.
fought for it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Why water? Why a water feature?
Well, this Anguilla, and we're in the middle of the ocean, and you want to, you're outside, but you still want to have that feeling here in the water, as you go in to the water. So it's good. Yeah.
Nice. And then on the western side of this is another concession stand
Yeah.
that we have.
And this area here, originally it's an elevator, but I guess because of maybe insufficient funds or whatever, I don't know for what reason, but for the time being, they're using it for a snack bar.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move ahead because I think we're cognizant of the time.
We're not through with you yet, though. We want to just get the ministers in on a quick little question and answer. All right. So the first person we're going to speak with is the Honorable Minister of Sustainability, Innovation, and the Environment, Mrs. Quincy Gomes Marie. Prior to that role, you served as the Parliamentary Secretary with responsibility for tourism. And you were at the part, however far you want to go back in the beginning of this project. Just tell us quickly, how are you feeling about where we're at today? Are you as excited as everyone out there about this project?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's go this way a little
I
bit.
have a light sensitivity. Yeah, it's really, like Ivan said, I'm here in my capacity as the previous Parliamentary Secretary of Tourism. And it's really a very proud moment to be here and see how far we've gotten. I remember, the minister can tell you better, but I remember this project almost did not happen. We had to really fight for this to happen. It was really one of those projects, I guess you can call it the project that almost got away So to see from those moments where it looked as if it was impossible, and to see it now, it is really, really a pleasure and a joy and a moment of pride. And it would be remiss of me not to thank the United Kingdom government and the UK taxpayers for this. This is part of the AP program in a sense, yes, but this is one of the projects that this administration had to fight for because it almost got away. So we would want to thank them for the work that they've done and technical assistance that they've provided and the way they supported the contractors, and he would have mentioned it earlier, so thank you for that. And also the persons in the Ministry of Maiku. This is the only project that in the AP program that was 100% local. So we've had from Maiku to local drawing to local contractors. This has been one of the examples of what happens when Anguillians collaborate. So this has been really a proud moment. And I'm looking forward to seeing the Blind Point Ferry Terminal fully functional and seeing it really represent our product in a way that really reflects who we are as Anguillians. This new tourism season is going to be very strong. We are looking forward to it. And we are proud that we welcome in more persons into our new facility. Lovely views of St. Martin, lovely views of our oceans, and also a very beautiful welcome to the most beautiful island in the Caribbean region, the peerless Anguilla. And
say that one more time.
and
That's
then,
a new one. I didn't get that
we're on
one.
a construction site, so I don't know if that was if the song was traveling. But also beyond this, we are looking to more exciting things that will reflect very well in our tourism product. So from here, we'll be moving to Wall Blake and starting the Clayton J. Lloyd International Airport. So this is really just the beginning, and I am looking forward to Anguillians feeling proud of the work that their government would have done, and also proud of the physical buildings that reflect us as who we are. This is one of the new resilient, beautiful buildings that we have that we feel strong, can withstand storms and different things like that, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing this fully functional.
All right, you go ahead.
Okay, so Minister Gunsbury, you have now taken on a portfolio of environment and innovation, and we have this lovely building here. Are there any future plans to ensure that it is environmentally sustainable? We're looking at renewable energy.
Yes.
How does that all play into the grand scheme of things, especially as we look at some of these new projects coming on board?
Oh dear. I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch. But I have a few programs that will assist, hopefully, in the future with this. And one of them we hope to start actually at the end of this month. And also, as you know, with the decarbonization ferry boats, plan to incorporate renewables in our ferry boats. We're hoping to do some retrofit into the jetty if that proves to be sustainable and commercially viable. So we will see the incorporation of charging stations and renewable solar energy batteries, charging stations. So that's what we're looking forward to here. And again, like I said, that is pending the commercial feasibility study that is currently ongoing. So I don't want to say that this is a definitive, but it is, once everything is fine, we will be going.
I do remember from our previous conversation on Progress Report when you came on it, you were very excited and looking forward to this project in terms of the decarbonization of our ferry boats. So to see all of that play in the decarbonization of our ferry boats and to utilize some sort of renewable energy in this space and in these new projects, I think that's amazing. We are leading the way. I think we are. And I don't want to get ahead of myself because we're definitely going to have you back.
Definitely.
And there are some exciting things regionally that you've been working on, and so we will get to that pretty soon. But we want to turn our attention to Minister for Michael, who is also very busy, but he's also the rep for this district. And I just want to get from you, how proud are you to see this project come to fruition in your district, under your ministry? How does that feel for you? And what are you looking forward to most?
Well, before I say anything, I'd just like to extend condolences to the family of Mr. Shane Connor. I say he's one of the MVPs in the Ministry of Tourism and Infrastructure. And this morning, he was here on the job, and his dad passed on Friday. So we just would like to extend condolences to him and his family, first and foremost. So, really hard-working guy. He's very quiet and unassuming, but he puts in the work. Well, I'm very proud. You know, this is a project that got away. And thanks to Governor Tim Foy and followed up with Governor Delaney Daniel Selvaratnam, we were able to see this project financed and come to fruition. But I cannot underscore the work that Raoul Van der Poel did to design this building. Of course, myself and the Premier and other members of Cabinet had an input on what we were looking to get from this building. And once he had done his work along with Cleve Richards, then they went to procurement, and Mr. Leroy Gums of Leeward Construction won the procurement. And I know, and if you can recall, the controversy that came about because Mr. Gums won this contract. It was on radio, you know, all sorts of things were said and what have you. But he has lived up to the promise that he can deliver this project, not only deliver it on time and on budget, but also the quality of the work that has been done here. So I just want to put that on record, and also put on record my sincere thanks to Mr. Claudius Gums in particular, because on coming to office, he was the one who explained to me the issues and how we had lost the project and how we can regain this project and have it done out of the Ministry of Infrastructure. And thanks to his guidance, you know, I was able to, and along with the guidance of Mr. Foy, Tim Foy, I was able to get this project and get this project back. So we're very happy that not only we got this project back, because even though we are seeking to develop the airdrome, Blowing Point, the entry way to Blowing Point still remains the most important gateway into Anguilla, with a significant amount of our visitors and our local persons traversing the waters to and from Marigot and Simpson Bay. So we're very pleased that we're going to have a facility that epitomizes what we are as a country in terms of the product that we seek to deliver to the visitors, whether local or expatriates. So we're very happy with the work that has been done here, and we seek to even do more in this area, because one of the things that we have been tasked on Claudius and the team to do is to come up with a concept and a design right through to engineering and construction of a taxi stand, so that the taxi drivers will be in a comfortable position. And while I see taxi drivers, we are right now moving forward to amend the legislation to deal with taxiing and ground transportation in Anguilla. As it is right now, it's basically a free-for-all. We want to be able to properly regulate the sector, and we want to be able to get that for the upcoming season. So there's a lot of moving parts that will enhance the product and enhance the offerings that together as a team we are moving forward with.
That is excellent. So we will continue with our tour, but before we, start to do an introduction, I have one more question for you. Any plans to rename the
Blowing Point Ferry Terminal? No
Yes.
plans to rename the Blowing Point Ferry Terminal, because I can tell you I have not had an easy run of it in terms of how many families have put forward their grandparents, their great-grandfather, and so forth, who have traversed the seas over the years and the generations to be named after their grandfather. So I think the safest bet is to remain as a Blowing Point Ferry Terminal, because if you do change the name, it will come a tremendous amount of controversy regardless of who is selected to have the name.
But I did, in a previous conversation, express to you that folks were desirous of having a snacket named after the first person that started selling things here under a tree someplace, and those type of things. So maybe, just maybe, you might take that on that advice.
I don't know if you saw the concessions on the outside.
Yes.
So, okay, there's concessions on the outside. And we only have one concession here on the departure lounge. As you know, this is the departure lounge. The boat operators will be there.
Boat operators will be there.
Signing there. Right here. This is the tax and tax stand. We pay the tax and what have you. Right. And once you pass through the screening area, this is extra security screening, just in case there's suspicion. You can go in there and do extra security screening. Okay. The restrooms is on the right-hand side. You have the if you don't need to do anything other than wash your hands, you can wash your hands here. And then you have the male restroom on the left-hand side. and a female restroom on the right-hand side. As you can see, they are equipped for handicapped persons who have challenges, physical challenges. So that is also there. So this is the male restroom. This will be your only chance to get in the male restroom, Gleneva.
I will say, like I said previously, I was given a bit of a pre-tour. And
Okay.
there's something that, even though it's not set up, there's something that I wanted to make key mention of. Because when I was given a tour, of course, they took me to the ladies' room first. And they highlighted the baby changing station in the the ladies' restroom.
Right.
And I came into the male's restroom and I asked, will there be a baby changing station? And I was pleased and happy to hear because it is one of those details that I think is very important. We have dads that travel with
So we have a parent changing station here, but also one of the things that I like in all restrooms, whether it's home restroom or business restroom, drainage in the floor. Because something always happens.
Something always happens.
And
Most pipe that flow.
a pipe that break, the water can always drain out. That is important as well. So you have the handicap stations. Both of them is similar. Just one is male and one is female. So in the initial designs that we had a series of columns to keep the building thing, but we were able to use steel beams, and use those steel beams, which is hidden in these beams, to eliminate the columns, because we want an unimpeded view, but also it creates more seating space. So this is the seating area. This is the concession room over there.
So right now you're saying you come to security.
You come to security.
And we're now in the
seating area. So
and this little area right here, I think that is
security.
extra security for privacy, for screening,
Right.
if needs be done. I like the addition to that. I like the,
That's a new addition.
I like the attention to detail and the little things that have been thought of.
And this is concession. So you have a little kind of a boutique, something to eat or whatever. Whoever is successful in securing that, because there's a number of persons who have written in want to have concession space, but there's a limited amount of them. So over here is where the bags, the checked baggage, is going to go down to the dock. This is an emergency exit really, but it's going to come through here and down towards the dock.
So when you collect your bags at the boat operators and they come through the back, you don't see them again?
Yeah, you don't see them again until you get on board.
Until you get on board.
Yeah.
So they're tagged.
Similar to how you do it on a airplane.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. Let's take a walk this way and then come back up the steps.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yeah, no problem.
So, of course, this is where the baggage is going down. All these things. How you doing? Morning.
Morning.
So all these fence will be moved.
Yeah, everything
They're
is going to be
removed.
removed. Everything
Any
is gonna
plans to remove these poles? I know you talked
Yeah,
about.
those poles are going to be removed.
Okay, so you're doing with the solar lights here as well?
Yeah, no, these poles are going to be removed. There's no need to have these poles here.
Okay.
So these poles are going to be removed. And so as you know, this is going to finish right into the deck.
Okay.
And then over on this side.
Landscaping before we go any further.
Absolutely.
Landscaping, grass
Yeah.
or palm trees or what?
Grass and palm trees.
Grass and palm
That's
trees.
not the minister. He have the money.
He have the money. I tell I about progress report and money, and a minister them say you got the money, so we getting some nice big palms.
Right in the back pocket.
Right in the back pocket. Okay. All I got is Gleneva and my cell phone.
So as you know, wheelchair access,
Of course.
right? So
I
this.
think it's important we highlight this.
Uh-huh.
That we highlight that the accessibility of this building, because when we came in, Mr. Gomes highlighted the wheelchair access coming in, and so this essentially would be where persons are
Right.
departing and
Departing.
coming down,
Right.
and there's wheelchair access
Yes.
on this
Yeah,
side.
on both sides really.
There's one entering as well.
So that is for arrivals, and this is for departures.
That's close to departures. But then we can still walk up here even though it's departures, right?
Yes.
So this is we're gonna have some water features.
Water features here as well.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
It's gonna be really nice, you have beautiful landscaping, beautiful landscaping and
When you say water features, what do you mean? Because I've seen the pipe in here now, and I didn't look for the pipe before. I thought you want to do plants.
yeah, you have plants in here.
Okay.
Plants in here.
So what water features are you gonna
We
have?
have some little fountains.
Fountains?
Yeah, some little fountains.
Okay.
So you know, one of the things that we did with this building that wasn't initial, we put systems in the building.
Okay.
Not only systems, because we were able to move the building to where it is, as opposed to up the hill. We were able to create a lot of storage space in the basement. Lots of storage space.
I've seen that myself.
So we don't have to worry about storage at all for the foreseeable future. Okay. So this is where, when you leave in, this is where you come through to leave, right?
So we're right back into
Yeah,
the
that's
lounge area.
lounge. So, as you know, I told you guys from the very beginning, one of the things that I was key on is the VIP lounge. So this is the VIP lounge. You know, where we have visiting dignitaries, ambassadors, you know, celebrities who want VIP service. This is the VIP lounge.
Okay.
We have the restrooms, we're gonna have a bar, we're gonna have a whole lounge area, sitting area, beautiful view. That is the departure side. So when you're leaving as a VIP, once you check through, you come through here. Of course, if you're a visiting dignitary, you don't have to go through that process. You come directly into the VIP room, and protocol will deal with your things, right? This door now is for also, if you're entering, you can utilize the VIP room through this
So
door.
the VIP is for those embarking and disembarking?
Yes.
So either one. So it's one VIP room.
One VIP room. Similar to if you have it on airport anywhere in the world. You have one VIP room. If you go to Antigua, Jamaica, Barbados, or any of those countries, you'll have one VIP room for both embarkation and disembarkation.
Okay.
So, and then when you're leaving, you just go up there.
So who's going to be responsible for this VIP room? Because in the past, a property has outfitted it with, let's say, probably...
These are partnerships that we've been forging with the hotels, and you'll see a lot of that. We haven't decided upon anybody yet, but you know, somebody will adopt it.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, that sounds like we're getting another tour closer to...
Yes, we definitely will.
We're standing this one, all right?
Yeah, we're going to start this one for now. Okay. Mr. Gums, you're in the back. I know he is, but I wanted to ask you one quick question in terms of... I really love the ceiling. I don't know if you have it's not the regular drop ceiling. Like, did you play a hand in this?
Well, I must give credit to Mr. Gums' Claudius. Claudius.
Okay.
He's the one who
selected this. And I know you told me before that even for the drainage outside, you have some stuff coming that you procured a specific.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually want to get back to the roof because again on my pre-tour,
Uh-huh.
and we are actually joined by Claudius. Claudius, maybe you can tell us about it. The ceiling, and on my pre-tour, I was informed that it's more of a PVC type material, so it's easier to clean, less likely to mildew.
And mold.
Yes, so essentially what we try to do with this building is to look for materials that will stand up in this harsh environment. You're right onto the coastline, so we have a lot of issues to deal with. So we chose materials that could help us and not hurt us. The ceilings we have here is actually PVC board, so they can actually be washed, they can be wiped, they can be cleaned, they are mold resistant. And we try to get products like this to help the maintenance crew, you know, because government, you know, sometimes struggle with maintenance of buildings. So we try to make things easier for everybody involved. So I don't know if the contractor can take one down for you or get a M2 one from over there, but they're PVC, they're plastic, you know, and we still try to balance that with aesthetics. So we try to choose one that still looks nice, and I think we did a good job.
No, you did an excellent job. You did an excellent job. When the lighting in the building is done, I know that would give some really nice ambience and little flowy feel. Then I mean, I'm one that looks at these things and it looks kind of wavy, and then I could kind of like pawn that right there. Okay, so
It's a pretty sturdy material, easy
It is.
easy to clean.
You can power wash this.
Yeah.
But you know, lots of times you maintain an old building, you see the AC actually starts to leak, and then it messes up the tiles, and then you get all kind of discoloration, and it's an ISO, you know, it's mold, which is a health problem. So we tried our best.
you did excellent in that and other regards.
But just to let you know, we chose a different ceiling for the main customer areas. That is departures and arrivals, and we think that should look better than this still. So we're hopeful that, you know, the aesthetics of the building still, you know, was always a high priority for us.
That's awesome. Can we go this way quickly?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to point
I forget that this one here is the Yes, it's sick bay. You know, if you're sick, if you need extra care, if you need a nurse, if you need an ambulance to come pick you up from here. Now this is the departure line. I mean, the arrival line.
I want to point out something that we touched on outside Gaff, is that the windows are in fact louvered windows. And I don't know if Mr. Gums or Claudius can show us how these would open, but in the unlikely event that we have a problem with the AC, these windows are louvered windows and they can open.
Well, what we have here is these panels are operable. These can be opened. The rest of the window is going to be fixed.
Okay, good.
Right? And we wanted the top to be operable just in case there's an issue inside the building. You need to vent the area. You can open the top windows and then you can vent the entire room. Okay. So that's the idea behind this.
Excellent.
Right?
I think it's also important that we just point out this view.
This view.
You get a view not just when you're departing,
but when you're arriving, when you're sitting, when you're thinking about it, it's all about the views. You can see when your boat is coming no longer, you're trying to make it. So, would you have one of those things, like the, forget what you call it, at the airport, it has, if your boat is on, your flight is on time,
a schedule.
There are two things. That's more operational issue,
okay,
and you will have to direct those type of questions to ASPA.
Okay.
I can't speak to those, but I would hope that in such a modern facility that we try our best to keep in line with what's happening in other places of the world.
One thing I'll say though is when I look around, the drops, the plugs, you've thought through a lot of things with where you would put things on the walls, access to electricity and those type of things. So I don't think that should be a problem on departure because there's space to put it. So I'm putting that out there now. And maybe we need to have Mr. Sherman Williams, the CEO, and Progress of ASPA and Progress Report as well.
Definitely, it only makes sense.
It only makes sense.
So Mr. Williams, that's a heads up.
That's a heads up.
Invitation to follow.
So tell us what's going on here if you don't mind. I was happy when I came down here and Mr. Vanderpool came to check this. So this is like a little screening.
This is basically a screen. So once you come into the island, you enter through the doors over here. Where you're standing in now is basically the queuing area. This is going to be your immigration desk here. You're going to have different cubicles. And then once you leave, you're going to be departing along the western corridor. And then you're going to go straight this way. So this is basically a separation between those who've already cleared immigration and those who are still in line to be cleared. So we wanted to ensure that we have the area controlled properly for security reasons. So you can only leave the immigration area through the space allocated to the west.
And then when you get out there, you pick up your bag.
That's what I wanted to touch base on.
So clear immigration, our passports, our visas, everything is in order. And now we are coming here, and this is typically the customs area, correct?
Correct.
Your baggage collection.
Baggage collection in this area here. What we've done was actually we made we tried our best to make a provision for a baggage belt to be built in the future. So this door here, as well as the one to the left, can be used as a conveyor system that we can purchase later if ASPA/government thinks that is a worthwhile investment. So that is there. But in the meantime, you just have a large baggage area. You collect your bags. Upon receiving your bags,
So
the porter comes here.
On this side,
Right.
deposits the bags,
Correct.
luggage here. You collect your luggage, and we go.
And then you proceed this way. Here we made provision for some scanning of bags if that is definitely required. So these outlets will facilitate a large scanner unit right here.
That's what this is for.
Right?
Okay.
And then once you clear, you go to another queuing area here to pay at the customs window. The window right here in front of Ivan is a customs window. So here's where you will pay for whatever duties of the goods you've brought in.
So if you have goods to declare, you will queue in this area.
Correct.
So you have, this is a very large space. Customs here in this area with anybody or just customs in this area? Just customs. So you pay, you got multiple agents, you shouldn't be slowed down because of course this is an area that you're transitioning, this is a transient area. So you pay your customs. Those who don't have to pay customs, they just leave. All right, so let me ask another question. What's on that side if we can turn around?
Well, we have a couple support offices as well. These are some support offices. Here is a room that is dedicated to the RAPF as well. On the back side of this, we have a quarantine room. So for example, if on the passage over to Anguilla, one of the passengers has reported that they are sick or something of that nature. We get notification from St. Martin that someone is in critical condition. They will not go through the building, but they will go around on the other side. So you have a separate room, a separate bathroom, separate wash area on the back of these rooms. And right, and the ambulance can actually pick them up straight without them entering into the building. So there are a couple different things that were done as part of the design, and we're just really just executing what was already created.
Awesome. That is the attention to detail and the attention to any possibilities or any situations that may arise. I appreciate that. I think the traveling public will appreciate that. And so we have now almost come full circle. So we're gonna go back out, but we're now in the arrival. You've gotten your bags, you've paid for your goods, and you're going to exit.
This way.
But this is not the end of the tour.
No, of course not. So let me ask a question while we're here. Where would the taxi dispatcher be? Taxi dispatcher.
Again, operational. And Asper will be to that, but there are a couple areas where that person can be located.
Taxi is going to be on the
Right?
Well, I think it's here. On the joint, you have a desk just to buy the taxi. But I don't know if they will use it.
It's a little different. Yeah.
Yeah, taxi dispatcher is definitely going to be somewhere in this area here. Somewhere between there and here. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So we are with that. With that is concerned.
And just, but I guess this might be an operational question as well. The flow of people, how do you control that? People coming in, dropping off. Is there a specific site for drop off and pick up?
Yes, we have an initial plan that we're currently reviewing to make sure is the optimal plan to avoid people running over each other.
Right.
And we're making some slight adjustments to that at the moment. So I don't want to get into that this morning because that is a bit fluid, and we might change it slightly.
That's excellent.
That's a November question.
That's a November question.
But it'll be one-way street though.
One-way street.
It's still
It'll be a
one way.
one-way street.
You enter that way and you
They have to
leave
exit this side.
way. That remains the same.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right, let's take a
And
walk.
strictly on one way, we might have to install some puncture strips to ensure that it remains one way.
So we must say that the building is 2-story. I know that there's provision possibly for expansion. Is that true, Mr. Gums? If they ever need for that, because it's 2-story.
Well, again, when we built the roof over the arrival and departure areas, we catered for office space on top. So we designed the beams and so forth to take the load in. And the infrastructure, since we're doing drop ceilings, can easily be run through the roof. So if they want to expand, they have a whole couple thousand square feet upstairs that they could expand. So it's really up to them.
Yeah, we're gonna head this way for sure. What's up, man? So, we've reached the top of the stairs. What's that like? What's that like from Home Alone? Harry, I've reached the top. If Gaff can just point out here real quick. This is the top of the roof. Of course, those things are to channel the water off the roof, but I'm impressed by the space. And I'm going to say again, if there's ever the opportunity to get a rooftop cabana eating restaurant area,
This is it.
This is it. I might want to make that suggestion. Mr. Gums is shaking his head. He's like, yeah, we want that for renewable energy, so panels are something else, not for no restaurant, right?
No skin go on the roof of the restaurant. But I think if we get the opportunity to actually go outside,
Yes,
that view is amazing. I can see it as a space that can be utilized, like you said, Ivan. A premier eatery in Angola. You arrive, you're hungry, long flight.
Here we go.
There you go.
So this area is specifically just an office, not a sign or anything, is it?
Well, this is actually a conference room.
Conference room. Oh, wow.
For ASPO.
ASPO conference room.
This is actually a conference room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really nice view.
Yeah.
I think it's great space. I just love ceiling tiles. Man, you get 150% on your passing grade for that alone.
Well, let's hope they don't look better than what we have for the arrival section.
I can't wait to see this.
So we're looking forward to this one.
So this is conference room. This is what I was pointing out. You made provision for screens, TVs, like everything.
In the room.
In the room, in the floor as well, projector. If you wish, that's the AC. Like everything just feels like it's modern. You know? This is my favorite area. I don't know who this office will belong to.
I've been told who this is for, Ivan.
I just I think they have like one of the best views. This is my favorite gentleman on the project. Wherever you see him, you're asking me, he or ask me about the project. But I really love this space. I think they have a great view.
A little buddy told me this is the tower area.
The tower area.
You know, the boats, when they're coming in and they'll say how many passengers if
Right.
they ever want them. So they have a complete view. They can see boats coming in, boats going out.
One of my favorite areas.
It is awesome.
I love it. All right, let's take a little spin here to the left. How do we get outside again? And this is another office, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I must warn everybody, it's gonna get bright.
There.
Very bright.
It's gonna get very, very bright. Gentlemen, tell us.
Red is great.
Yes. This is where you're doing, what you call it, the acrocrete? Chloroplastic? What you call it? Chloroplastic. No, but I don't do anything in construction. I can hammer a nail or two, but that's about it. But this is the color of the building that we're talking about. You're gonna see it have little white accents. I think but it's a great look. I can't wait for the front of this building to finish. But again, look at this space. If they want to do a restaurant, if they want to do solar panels, there is space to do multiple things here outside of the access for the water to drain off the roof.
And this roof, it takes us completely around the top part of the building. You have, again, amazing views on the opposite side, looking towards St. Martin. Again, Ivan, I don't know what budgetary restrictions exist, and I don't know what plans they have for the future, but I can definitely envision this space, especially the space on the eastern side, because there is access, I believe, to downstairs. I see
Yes,
staircase,
there's a staircase on that side.
external staircase, where I can definitely envision this space that we're coming up to now. This space being a restaurant. I think it was the Minister Sustainability, Innovation and Environment earlier. When she speaks about our facilities being a reflection of our tourism product.
Right.
And I can really see and envision this being an enhancement to that. And hopefully someone will take that up.
So to be entirely honest, I would even host a party or an event here. Start, let them see the vision print, and then we go from there. But as Mr. Gums is coming, is it just paint that we're painting with?
No, this is actually a waterproof a sealing material.
Sealing material.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it actually keeps the water out and allows the building to be waterproof. It does a lot of water to seep through.
Okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And again, I love the color. Finish, everything is just right there. Of course, I told Mr. Leroy Gums that I thought it was going to be white because you know the drawings were right and everybody thought we were going to have a big White House. I think people claimed it as the White House. But I love what we're doing with the color. I think it's actually going to help a bit with cooling a bit too. I'm not sure, but I think that's the way those things work, in at least those things. So we've seen a lot today. Let me check quickly, see if there are any questions online, because I promise I'll answer any questions if there are questions online. The live online is a little bit behind. I don't see any right now. But this has been a live update of the Blowing Point Ferry Terminal of progress report with myself, Ivan Khanna, and my lovely co-host who actually run this thing. And I keep saying that every episode. People think this is on me. She runs this thing. She says what we're doing, where we're going, because she has her ear to the ground. That's Miss Gleniva Hodge. So you've seen it. We'll continue to provide pictures via the government Facebook page. Any last words?
No, again, as always, this has been a different but a very informative episode of Progress Report. I look forward to being able to do a couple more live episodes. I know you have something. I know you said run the show.
Yes, you run the show.
But I know we have a couple things up our sleeves that we hope to bring to fruition very soon.
Yes.
And just want to say thank you for joining us today on the live. For those of you who will see this after.
Yes.
This is our ferry terminal.
Yes.
And when I say our, I am going to step outside of the ring here, Ivan, and just say
this is
and this is beyond government.
Yes.
This is for us as a people, as Anguillians, something that we can be very proud of. I'm proud seeing this development, and I look forward to the finished product. Again, we hope to have another live episode.
Yes, we will have another live episode closer to the opening.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe during the handover we can do something.
Maybe. We can ask Mr. Gums about that. And
yes.
Mr. Gums, and Mr. Hughes.
Right. So if we can come in just before we open up, so persons can get a proper appreciation once it's outfitted.
Yes.
And you can see what you're going to be experiencing very soon. So we're hoping, again, Mr. Gums, before we close off, we are hoping to be able to utilize this building by December.
Of course.
Great.
Of course, I can't see.
Can't see why not.
Why not?
Thank you.
You know, let's have the record. Well, I can't say the record.
So we're still live, and
Yeah, but you know, some people, you know, we often say that we will finish on time, and people often ask me, why? Why do I think that this project will finish on time? The reason for asking that question, because all of the other projects did not finish on time. So they asked me, what's so special about Blowing Point project? You know, I don't know, but we will finish.
That has been, you know, that has been your, when the foundation was being dug and I came down, that was it. You're gonna walk to finish it on time. Yeah. And that you have not slacked your writing where that is concerned. If I must use that passage of scripture. And I see it happening. I think we're almost there. The little details which usually take a long time, but you have enough men on the project.
I think we've seen quite a bit of them moving
around, just doing what they have to do.
And I really want to say thank you to them as well in accommodating us.
In accommodating us.
You know, they paused when we would walk through certain areas so that the noise wasn't too much. So thank you again for accommodating us, for having us, and for allowing us to bring this behind the scenes to the people so that they can see their building, something that they can be proud of.
Definitely.
Managed by Anguillians, built by Anguillians, for Anguillians, and for other persons who enjoy Anguilla. Right.
All right.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Free promotion, free
everything. All right. It's been another. Well, listen. Can't say another episode of Progress. This has been the first live episode of Progress Report. Again, thanks to our team at Dites, thanks to our team in the ministry, but mucho grande, big shout out to the man behind the camera. I can call on this man. All he needs is a half an hour to an hour. For me, I ain't know about the rest of Anguillas, but if I call him, he's gonna come, and he always shows up and shows out. That's Gaff, Gilbert A. Fleming. I can tell you his secret again. Gaff is his initials. It's not his real name. His name is Gilbert. Gilbert A. Fleming, the original DJ. Yeah, he was a DJ. I can talk your business now. But he's somebody that has Anguilla at heart. He has youth at heart. He has this country in every aspect at heart, and we can always call on him from In Anguilla Titanium Audio Visual. Thank you very much for this morning. If you see this setup, it's actually really cool. I can post a picture with him.
I like it.
You like it?
And you've touched on something, and it would be remiss of me to not mention it. We are now at the beginning of Youth Week. Happy Youth Week.
Happy Youth
So
Week.
all my youth,
Yes.
go out, participate in the various activities.
Definitely.
Again, thank you everyone for joining us.
And on that note, it's been good. It's been real. We'll see you around.